this is Bo. We're back at the Z Sports Lounge. How you doing, everybody? Listen, we are coast to coast, north, east, west, south, and every which way you can find us. We're on the internet, and we cover everything from Europe over to the Americas. And right now, we're in Detroit, and we're going to send that signal out to catch up with one of the best in the IFL. You may have heard of him. His name is Ryan McGivern. How you doing, Ryan?
Good. How you doing?
Good, sir. Hey, man, how did you, first off, get involved in the IFL?
How did I get involved with the IFL?
Yes, sir.
Well, it was all initiated through Pat. You know, I've known Pat for some time and was training with him. And after I got done with college and came back to the Quad Cities and started working and things, started working out and training, started doing the fights, and then Pat approached me and said, "Hey, there's going to be this IFL thing coming along, and I want you to be my 185 pounder." I said, "That sounds good with me," and that's how it started off.
I think it's kind of cool to have someone go, listen, we're going to have this thing IFL. It's going to be on TV. You're going to be a name recognized character. Would you like to join it? I mean, it's got to be a great. It must have looked like a great opportunity when it first started off.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I mean, just talking with Pat about it and things, I knew it was going to, I initially knew it was going to be a pretty cool deal, but I mean, I think it's exceeded all my expectations. It's been a pretty awesome experience.
Yeah, I got hooked on mixed martial arts, believe it or not, through my my wife and my daughter years ago. They said, you got to see this, cool. You just got to check it out. And as I got more involved into it, and started following it, we moved from North Carolina up to Detroit. And they said, you got to check out this IFL thing. I'm like, team fighting? I'm like, oh, man, it looks like the WWE. And they go, no, you got to check it out. I'm like, all right. So I clicked it on, and I've been hooked ever since you guys have been on the box.
Nice.
And
Nice.
you guys are very in shape, very talented at what you guys do. Now, talk a little bit right now, the framework of the IFL. There were some changes recently, and how that affects you guys in a good way.
Yeah, I think that they've had kind of like a trial year. Then they had the first season last year. I think they've had a chance to kind of adjust and get a good vibe on how to put together the best shows and what's best for the IFL and things like that. So it should be interesting. I think I was talking before. I think the fact that we've gone to kind of camp, gone by recognition by the coaches, I think it's going to engage a lot more of the MMA world. Because a lot of these coaches that are leading these camps and these teams are the ones that are, have such legendary names and things like that. So I think that's going to be a plus. And I think, that, they're putting together some great fights. So it should be a pretty interesting year.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where else can you have the Shamrocks, Milic, the list goes on and on of just top name Renzio. I mean, you turn it on, it's all the stars and all the people that build this business. And they're your coaches. Right. Now, listen, to be honest with you, now it's just starting off this season, and we know that Milic from dealing with, Mr. C and all the other guys in your camp. How tough? How is the earlier season in Pat's camp right now? Is it still just as tough as it was last year?
Oh, absolutely. And the nice thing about our camp in there is there's so many talented guys in there and good fighters and things like that, and people constantly pushing each other. So Pat knows how to push us hard and things. So it's always high intensity, great training area.
And I think another thing too that it speaks volume of you guys is that I know that the UFC is on top right now as being the ultimate where everybody's trying to work to. It's kind of cool to see the fighters from the IFL are now being migrated back up, and then you've got a bunch of UFC stock fighters involved. I mean, it's Dana White may take jabs, but all they're doing is making you guys look better every time. It's awesome to see.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's great. Like I said, just to see just the sport in general, growing and seeing the IFL growing and things like that, and seeing other leagues, doing well and things, and just bringing more and more recognition to the fighters.
Yeah, I think the nice thing too about the IFL, and Bas Rutten said this, I think his first season, they wanted to clean it up so the fighters could actually fight and not have some serious injuries with the elbows and other things that a lot of other leagues have, and I know a lot of strikers have issues with that. But being in the community where I'm out at schools and I talk to people about what we do, and it always comes up about mixed martial arts because we cover it a lot. And I find it very surprising. A lot of teachers and a lot of professionals really appreciative of what the IFL has brought because you've taken some of the savage forms out of just regular fighting and really put it into a very organized fashion. And I think it's really resonating with the watchers who are new to the sport.
Right.
Now, what are kind of things that you really found when you got involved in the IFL and this, fighting on TV that was kind of a nice surprise?
To tell you the truth, the IFL is the first time actually working with, I'd say like you said, big organization. And what really surprised me is because you hear a lot of times from different fighters with, different various leagues, they kind of feel like on their own or that they're not getting taken care of very well. And I mean, just like from day one with the IFL, all the staff, all the people behind the scene, just super supportive, very helpful, very mindful of, allowing us to focus on the fights and try to make them exciting fights and not have to worry about, taking care of all these other things. I think they really did a great job of taking care of us and continue to do so. So that was a really encouragement, surprise, I think. So, and I think just also too, how it's growing, and how every day more and more I hear people talk about they catch IFL on TV, they're hearing more and more about it, and so it's been a really a cool surprise,
Yeah, and when you look at the characters that are on the IFL and fighting, and they've got tattoos, they've got the personality, you come across as, you've got I'm trying to figure out the way to put it in light. You just look like, Opie Taylor. You got this humble look to you, and I don't mean it as a knock. It's just you've got this. There's this guy next door look, and then you get in the ring and you unleash. It's pretty impressive to see happen.
Oh, that's cool, man. That's funny you pulled out the Opie Taylor. I think my dad might used to call me that when I was younger, something like that, or one of my relatives did, or something. That's funny.
I mean,
yeah. Go ahead.
It's just funny to see because I saw you come out for the first time a couple years ago, and I was like, "Oh my God, Opie Taylor!" I'm going, "Oh my God, he's going to get murdered," and you just took it out. It was just like, "Oh my God, he's for real." I'm looking at your picture now on the website and Sheerdog and on all these other publications, and you do look like a college athlete still. You do have that youthful look to you.
Thanks.
And it comes across well. Go ahead.
My hair doesn't agree with you.
Well, I shaved my hair off, man. I had that landing strip going in the back, and I had that missing in the front, so I got rid of it all. So.